believe you're in need of my services. Achilleos, private detective. Detective Jen.
That?
Didn't expect to see you here.
Of course you didn't. I'm always one step ahead of you. And that's why they call me Pacific's best detective.
Oh, is that so?
Wait, detectives, please, come on. My job is on the line. I got this warning letter. We need to figure out who it came from. I cannot afford to lose that trophy again. Jake Shin is gonna kill me.
Well, Jen, looks like we'll determine who the best detective in Pacific really is.
Yeah, whatever. But first, let's set the stage. Now, I'm guessing it's not gonna be that easy for the teams this year.
What makes you say that?
Triple elimination.
That means 3 strikes and you're out this time. More games, more opportunities for the teams.
And I'm guessing you've seen this already?
The hottest summer destination is back. Tickets to Breeze on sale as players, I mean tourists, flock to sunny beaches of the Caribbean.
Bandit on the loose. A new pistol enters the market with the sheriff's one-tap prowess, but lighter on the wallet. So Breeze is back. I'm curious to see how all of the changes for this map are gonna play out, because there's a lot going on. This is the biggest overhaul that we've seen done to any map across the history of Valorant.
It's a little bit easier for defenders. There's less space that you have to rotate between, so that opens up a few opportunities, along with a lot more going on in the map.
But let's talk about Bandit. What do you guys think?
I think this is going to be abused by so many teams.
It's a one-tap headshot gun, so that means out in the open, it is extremely scary, and with the talent that these players have, they're gonna put it to good use, no doubt about it.
Now, there's something else. Confirmed that map vetoes will be decided via skirmish.
Oh.
Coin flip is out, and 1v1s are in to determine draft order. This is gonna be very different.
Can the teams pick anybody?
Yeah, so it seems like teams will be able to elect which player they're gonna be sending up, which anticipate that's just gonna be your top fragger. So your maze, your some things, etc. Sent to the fold to just try to determine whether or not you can, get that choice of team A or B.
It could blow this case wide open.
Are you ready to see more?
Yeah, let's get to work.
Whichever team's gonna look to steal the trophy has strong motive. It's likely taken trophies before.
Well, this team would be top of my list for suspects. They won a couple trophies last year, not just taking one from Pacific, but one internationally as well.
They've always been at the top of the table, aside from a minor dip at the start of the previous year. But this is a very scary team and always has been and will continue to be so.
What about their bandit play? How do we think that's going to affect them?
They were monsters with the sheriff already.
I think this is going to be a very terrifying team. It'll also alleviate some of the stress on Alex because they won't be trolling their economy as hard if they lean into the bandit and just go for a full purchase there.
The train will never stop, but your info is outdated.
How so?
Secrets out.
Oh, Envy.
This is maybe the biggest pickup, I think, of the offseason. Envy has always been such a dominant player. He's always had phenomenal impact for the games when he was playing on Team Secret.
He has great util, great patience. He adds extra depth to this team, and he seemed to fit in immediately with them during the offseason. The firepower, top to bottom on Paper Rex, is unparalleled.
I think everybody should be shaking their boots.
Top suspect for me.
Top suspect.
Absolutely. I think we're onto something here, so let's go ahead and follow that thread and look at another team that has taken a trophy before.
They want to prove that last year's trophy was not a fluke.
Let's see. Won stage 1, made it to Masters Toronto, made it to VALORANT Champions 2025. Seems good enough.
Surprisingly, no real changes for this team. The team sticking together and now having that experience on a global stage will hopefully set them up for more success in 2026 because they still have such incredible players. I mean, Jemkin continues to be one of the best in the world.
Arguably the best player in Pacific. I mean, if you look at all the metrics, all the stats, this guy is constantly topping the charts. So Jemkin, absolutely a threat no matter what. The good news is you seem to have a solid IGL with Crazy Guy. He comes in, you win a trophy. Everybody else looks really solid behind his calling. If they continue to play well under Ewok's tutelage,
Ewok? That's old news. Look what I got in the mail.
Hey coach. Hey coach. I think we pretty much handled everything now, but I have some notes I want to share about the players. First, Nyet needs to get his belly rubbed counterclockwise to the beat of Making Waves. And for Crazy Guy, you have to make sure his haircut is exactly the same as 10 years ago.
Got it. I'm taking notes now.
Okay, and the most important thing, Jemkin needs to have his weekly stakes, otherwise he'll just run it down.
I got it. I can make it happen.
So this is the new guy.
Yeah.
Goodbye Ewok and hello Jovi.
He seems like such a nice guy. I just can't imagine him being the one that is gonna steal the trophy.
I haven't really seen Jovi in this position, at least not in Pacific. Was an assistant coach last year alongside Frost, but now is taking up the mantle of head coach with the Warbirds as his assistant.
The biggest challenge is gonna be mental, just getting them to those big moments, winning those trophies, getting to the internationals, and doing well there too.
But do we really see RQ abusing Bandit?
I think that there certainly are players that are going to do so, and Xfero is probably the #1 in my mind. We've seen what he's capable of doing with a Sheriff, and if Monyet's going to continue sliding around on Neon, yeah, hell, why not? So where are we feeling about RQ? Likely suspect?
I lean towards likely suspect.
Yeah, likely suspect.
I think given that the team is the same, they've lifted a trophy before, they made it to 2 out of 3 internationals, we have to put them as a likely
Okay.
suspect.
Let's talk about a team that won a trophy last year in Pacific. They won Kickoff, DRX. Some questions about this team, but guys, come on. Could this face steal a trophy?
You're underestimating his sneakiness because think about how many rounds this guy has stolen.
Yeah, I mean, some ups and downs last year, like a lot of our teams, but really ended on an amazing high note, getting 3rd at Champions. That's incredible. And you're bringing in a new superstar in Hyunmin, who has really taken over as one of the best duelists, kind of one of those players that pioneered the Waylay sort of style that really took over at the end of last year.
I'm just kind of surprised to see DRX getting through an offseason without making any changes.
Hello? Flashback is gone. Hermes is in.
Okay.
There's a name we haven't heard in a while.
He's been around for a very long time and has always been, a strong player, but has never really been given an opportunity like this before. So this is incredibly interesting to hear. He can fill the role of Flashback for the most part, plays a lot of Yoru in particular. So as far as a 1-to-1 in that regard goes, I think that should be covered.
So DRX, top suspect?
On the edge, I think maybe we need a little more investigation though.
Okay, more investigation needed.
I want to look at one of the teams that has arguably one of the best IGLs in Pacific. So I'm thinking these guys right here, maybe a little Gen G action. Munchkin?
Get with the program, old man.
What?
That was ages ago. He is now on T1.
Munchkin leaving Gen G, where he was able to find the first trophy for Pacific, and now joining and effectively creating a super team is a very exciting prospect.
Another team that's just stacked with talent. I mean, you have so many options with duelists between Buzz and Izu, both being able to kind of flex around. Stax being freed up now, potentially, to kind of just play his info initiator role a little bit more freely now that he doesn't have to IGL. And Meteor, when he is at his best, he is arguably one of the best in the world.
This has got to be a team that is on everybody's radar. I think that the news of DH being dropped down to the academy roster obviously, struck a chord with some people because DH looked incredibly strong for them, being a rookie. I think he had a very admirable performance, but when Munchkin's on the table, you can't really blame T1 for snatching him up.
Any other changes we should know about here, Jen?
Well, here's the thing. Autumn is gone. Now KDG has taken over.
His coaching on the academy team,
Fantastic.
though, incredible. The only team that was able to take down SLT Songnam before their run at Ascension and qualifying into Pacific for this year, it feels like he's very much finding a stride in Valorant that he wasn't able to find in other titles. I think that this is a pretty clear-cut decision, but T1, likely suspect, all in agreement?
Yeah, likely suspect. Take him with you.
No Munchkin now. Gen G, what does this look like?
Does the words Lakia Valorant mean anything to you, Paperthin? Well, he's back on the team, but there's been a little bit more changes as well.
It's Zinx.
Zinx, a new player here.
Yeah, so Gen G, again, kind of trying to dip the pool here of pulling a rookie out of thin air and turning him into a superstar. Obviously, we're able to do so with Karan just 2 years ago now. I think that this could end up being Gen G turning into a bit of a scary team.
I don't know, man. Look at the map pool. Ascent is taken out.
Breeze is back
Breeze.
in.
Textures map. Okay, agreed.
Gen G were globally the strongest team on Breeze the year that they were able to, lift their first international trophy. I think with that coming back in, Lakia was there a part of it, Texture was a part of that. Core is still there. They have a solid understanding of the map overall. This could still be a very big boon for them once again.
Okay, Gen G. For me, needs more investigation.
I think I would agree. The competition is going to be harder than it ever has been, so I think that Gen G, we will keep a close eye on them, but we need to see a bit more of their development.
Needs a little investigation because of some of the role changes, new IGLing, new players, things like that kind of leave me a little bit hesitant.
We all agreed on needs more investigation.
The last time that the trophy had gotten stolen under your protection, it was taken by two individuals. It was Cruz.
Jesse Vash.
What is he doing in there?
10-10 on secret?
This one definitely surprised me. I mean, a brother of Meteor, he is an incredible individual player. We've seen glimpses of greatness from him when he was on ZETA, when he's filled in last year. Clearly, there's some potential there. It's just, is this gonna be the right place maybe for him to kind of fill in and thrive?
We see Sylvan getting picked up as well. Sylvan was instrumental in T1's success over at Bangkok, but is all of this going to be able to mesh is ultimately my question, because additionally, you also have Berserks that is joining this team.
Coaching change as well. It's just to add more chaos to the mix here for Team Secret.
But is it a team that we would consider as a likely suspect, or that would need more investigation, or is just wholly unlikely?
Unlikely.
I could go either way.
I think that there's just too many changes that are happening all at once. I'm gonna have to go with unlikely.
If 10-10's not there, what's going on with ZETA?
I know that you're a big fan of Japanese Valorant.
Yes.
Do you really think that ZETA Division would steal the trophy?
I can hope.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be in the card. Look, they had an incredible game versus Paper X where they absolutely demolished them, but everything else, every other glimmer of victory that we saw from them throughout 2025, it just felt like it was so belabored.
I think there's quite a few changes going on with this team, kind of like Secret, where there's gonna be a lot of differences. The first one that's coming to my mind is Depp has left the roster to go to another team in Japan. That is unbelievable. I mean, seeing ZETA without Depp there is going to be very strange, to say the least. A few other players, ZETA coming back as well. I love ZETA. I think he's gonna be a Bandit fan. I think he's one of those players who we've seen that can really pop off with the Sheriffs. So obviously the Bandit, I think, suits him very nicely, as well as Absol coming over from Mirage Gaming with him. They were teammates for a little bit there last year.
Yeah, but are we seriously not gonna talk about what the night market found out? This guy.
Ooh, Mini.
I think that this is encouraging, to say the very least. I think that, you know, Mini is an incredible coach historically. If he's going to be able to work even a fraction of that magic with ZETA Division, then who knows? We might be looking at ZETA Division, you know, in the playoffs, making some kind of run.
I think I do have a little bit of concern with ZETA with the map pool, Lotus and Ascent, maps that they at least seemingly were willing to play, or in some cases favored. Being out might be a little bit of a challenge for them to try to adapt, try to find a new identity.
As we keep saying, if there's anybody who's going to be able to get that map pool up to snuff, it would be Mini.
Is ZETA a top suspect?
I think it's gonna be a challenge for them to get everything in place. So unlikely, but I would love to be proved wrong.
Yep. Unlikely it is.
What about my goat, May?
Well, May came decently close to getting a trophy last year, so goodness knows he's likely to think that he's going to be capable of getting it this year.
They did make playoffs in Stage 2 last year. I think that surprised a lot of people. May is up there with Jemkin as one of the best duelists we have in the region, topping the charts in ACS.
They are joined by, you know, a couple newer faces that a lot of people might not be necessarily the most familiar with Yatsuka as well as Kaide.
I think their transition into DFM might be a little bit easier than a lot of people expect it to be, especially with, you know, following the coach from Ascension. They're fresh from getting that stage experience.
I think these are two players who have shown a lot of promise. They're two of the names that are always floated around in the Tier 2 Japanese scene as being really, really good individually.
Let's see if they can handle it, but honestly, I don't think they're stealing it.
So for you, would you lean this as an unlikely or a needs more investigation?
Unlikely.
I think I'm gonna go needs investigation. It's a matter of, are they going to be able to find their own identity?
Ultimately, I trust in May. I know that he's an incredible player, and I think that you still have a decent enough foundation with him, Akame, as well as Sess on this team. So I'm gonna go with needs more investigation.
Okay, DFM needs more investigation.
DFM made it to playoffs last year, but they were eliminated by Longshim Red Force.
First year in Tier 1 last year, they got hit hard.
We had a lot of hype surrounding this team, Downbeat playing a play style that no one else was really going for, but then they got hit by a patch and suddenly Neon can't get away with nearly as much as she used to. I think the biggest thing that we've seen is the departure of Persia, as surprisingly to everybody, he was not playing at Ascension. It was Xros who kind of came out of the blue and also looked very good and was instrumental in this run being completed for them to requalify.
So Xros, I think it makes some sense that you're making a little bit of a change there. Is Breeze, with the changes that we're gonna see on the map, a map where they can lean into Neon potentially and maybe get some value out of that is a question for me. What is really cool for me though for Nongshim is seeing Francis just be absolutely crazy good. He can frag out of his mind, and that's one of the big pluses they have going for them.
So Nongshim, this is a tricky one. Unlikely.
I'm kind of falling in that category too.
Personally, I still have a bit of a hunch around this team. I think that they could go on a run. I think that they could punch their way forward, but if I'm outvoted, then we can go ahead and throw them in the unlikely pile.
Unlikely.
That leaves one more, and I can think of a certain individual, after getting so close to stealing trophy last year, would look to do it again. Frost.
Ah, so we must be talking about Talon.
Talon. Global Esports.
Oh my God, Autumn? Patman? Oh my God, this team? Xavi, AK? Oh boy.
Frost has been hanging out with this new roster. Frost actually put a lot and invested a lot into putting this roster together, and I think he can do it.
This team has never managed to make it to a playoffs before, which sounds crazy because they've been very close several times. It feels like this could finally be the time for them to kind of break that barrier. I mean, you've got Patman joining this team. This guy has lifted a trophy with Paper X in Toronto. You've got Autumn, who has an immense amount of experience over in China playing at FDX, and he has global experience. Yonatan and Crystal, who were two of the strongest players for this team last year, if not the strongest player.
Like, this team is gonna pull rabbits out of the hat at times. They're gonna win rounds they shouldn't, and those are the signs of a team that is going to be doing damage, probably making decent runs.
How much damage? Damage enough to be the top suspect?
I want to see how it all gets fleshed out, so for me, it's going to be needs more investigation.
I'm also on needs more investigation, but I'm so close to leaning to contender.
Global Esports, more investigation. Okay, has anyone heard from Cruz?
Well, Cruz is probably with Primi.
Where's Primi?
Where are the time?
They're not
So,
here.
actually, we do have two more suspects. Full Sense and Barrel.
I love when you withhold information. Give me that.
Oh, I know these guys. SLT.
Well, I think this is obviously very exciting. Varel, long-term Japanese org, scooping up the SLT Songnam players after their Ascension run, which was flawless. They looked incredible. I think better than I could have anticipated. This is a team that, you know, widely has a lot of new faces on it. They just kind of exploded onto the scene and took Ascension by storm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it caught a lot of us off guard. We knew they'd be good. That was not something that wasn't expected. It was the way that they did it. They're mostly a lot of really young players, all under the age of 21, under 20. They love to just get in your face and let you know how the match is going. So for me, this is an exciting team to have in Pacific because I can't wait to see some of their antics on stage, frankly. This is another team that could potentially be Bandit Nightmares. Like if they're able to work that into the equation, no doubt that they can put that gun to good use.
For me, I'm leaning more towards needs more investigation.
So I'm willing to put them into the middle category here.
Yeah, I just don't know how strong their mental can be. It's good when you're winning. It's nice to have a lot of confidence, but once you lose and you keep losing, can you bounce back? Or is that gonna destroy you?
Time will tell.
Just nothing makes sense, and we're down to full sense.
Okay, so full sense, Leviathan, Jet Boys kill Primi, tie, Cruz takes over as coach.
Yeah?
Love to see that.
Cruz is shifting away from playing, which heartbreaking in its own right, but I'm very excited to see what he's going to be able to accomplish as the head coach. This is a very big pivot. Now he's kind of taking the reins for this team and doesn't have to worry about translating anything into Thai.
Yeah, good point, because he always wanted a full Thai roster ever since the beginning of the franchise. And then now he's coaching a full Thai roster.
I'm almost in the top suspects category for this team.
Really?
I'm very close to putting them in there. No, I can be convinced to go down to, needs more investigation. I think there's just so much potential in this team.
I would say needs more investigation.
Same for me. For Kickoff, more investigation.
All right, so how about we take another look back at all of our teams. We'll go through and try to figure out who the teams are going to be putting up as their skirmisher. Let's start with Nongshim Red Force.
Okay.
Francis?
I think I'd go Francis as well. To be
Yeah,
honest.
me too.
Nice and easy, good and concise. How about ZETA Division?
I'm leaning ZETA.
All right,
Me
we'll go
too.
with Shota. All right, Team Secret.
10-10.
Probably going 10-10, but I could see an argument for Berserks.
Yeah.
Okay. 10-10 was the first one that kind of came to mind for me, so seems like we all kind of think that he's going to be in the mix, but Berserks absolutely could pop up there. Now, Full Sense, probably a little bit more straightforward. Feels like it's going to be Primmy.
There's only one
Primmy.
choice here. If you're not putting in Primmy, you're trolling.
Paper X. This is a team where I think you could pretty much send anybody and feel pretty good about your chances, but I would probably go with something in this
Oh, me too.
Oh, I actually wouldn't. I'd either go Jing or Devi.
And why is that?
Jing is really, really strong. As good as something is, you know, if it's Ghost, then sure, something. But if you're going like rifles or sheriffs or something, then I'm gonna go Jing, maybe even Devi.
So we've got something, Jing, or...
I think Devi could, yeah.
All right.
May.
DFM,
May.
May. Moving on.
Texture.
Texture. Global Esports.
This one, I'm gonna go with Crystal.
I could see a good argument for Crystal here. The guy is just so sharp.
New Blood, Beryl.
Zuna.
Shuna.
I thought maybe there was going to be a shot for Zexy.
He's good too.
Yeah, but
He's really,
Shuna,
really good.
Shuna, when it matters.
Okay.
I think Zuna.
T1.
I think Meteor, but I could see a good argument for Izu.
I was actually going to go with Izu.
Here's the thing though, when it comes to the Korean teams and the Korean players, the older ones do not do anything. It's always the younger ones taking care.
That's very true.
High possibility that we see Izu.
Izu.
I'd just be Izu every single time. All right, down to the final two. DRX.
Hyunmin.
Hyunmin? Okay. And then our last team, RRQ.
Jemkin.
So now we've got everything sorted and assessed. Shall we get these up onto the board and figure out who our prime suspect is? This changes nothing. We're no closer to figuring this out.
Nope, we need help.
I think so. I think it's time to get the rest of the gang back together and see if we can figure this out.
Well, guys, buckle up. This is gonna be our biggest case yet.
Let's get to it.
All right.
It's me. It's all good. They don't know it's you guys. It's all going according to the plan.